When I was growing up, I loved reading. If left to my own devices, I would read the entire night. And those things that have brought me so much joy were taken from me. When I first became ill, I had a really bad cold. After about 6 or 7 days, I went to go see a doctor, and I was put into an induced coma that same evening. I was experiencing total lung failure. It took me about 2 years after my initial illness for a diagnosis to actually happen. And by the time it was clear that something was wrong with my brain, I experienced brain damage. I essentially couldn't read, I had trouble walking. I had lost a large amount of mental functioning. This one doctor thought that I might have a very rare disease called hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis, or HLH, which is fatal without a bone marrow transplant. I think I was very angry for a long time that I was losing time. I remember becoming aware that I had a match and knowing how great of a gift that was going to be, and finally allowing myself to have a little bit of hope. I had a donation and it saved my life. I wouldn't be here if not for someone else's gift. I thought about my donor constantly after I got my transplant. What kind of person he was, how old he was. Lots of people register as donors. In many cases, it takes less than 10 minutes, sometimes even 5, to sign up. I have been able to attend undergraduate institution, spend more time with my family, get a few more years with my grandmother. But the gift of that time, it has meant the years for me. The very first time that I met him was when he came to the United States for my undergraduate graduations. And he came out of the doors and I just ran to him and we hugged. It was one of the most strange and lovely meetings of my life, but it also didn't feel like meeting a stranger. It felt like meeting a family member that I just hadn't seen in a long time. The only way I can express my gratitude to him is not through words, but through making something meaningful of my life. The transplant saved my life. I now have Welsh cells in my body from Chris's donation. Imagine what you could do with yours. Be someone's hero. Be a donor.